are connected to every wonderful creation in the universe. And that power that creates all, it dwells within us also. And it's just amazing. I know with various religious groups they're taught about the Godhead, whatever name they want to call it. But they don't really stress the fact that it's within us. We can touch it, we can align with it, we can open up to it because it's there with us at all times. And that is where all the power is. Maybe that's the reason, because maybe, those that understand it did not want us to really be able to harness all of that power. But we have it all within us. We are part of all of it, and all of it is a part of us. And at any point in time, we tap into it, we begin to understand our greatness, our potential for greatness. And all we have to do is just follow the principles of thinking it, believing it, feeling it. That's the vibration. That's the fuel that comes into the tank that runs the engine. That fuel of feeling it and staying with that feeling of joy, of love, of abundance, of prosperity, because there is no lack. It's unlimited, infinite, the degree to which we can expand on it. So it's a lovely affirmation reminding us of just how wonderfully, magnificently we are made by our Creator. Beautiful, beautiful affirmation. Back to you, Rich Dad.
Thank you, baby. Thank you so much for that beautiful explanation there on affirmation, folks. You're talking about feeling and feel good. And these simple things that we talk about in terms of manifesting greatness in your life on all areas, it's all about vibrational feeling. You got to stay in a state of feeling good. So when it comes to making more money, having more abundance in that area, you got to feel good about it, feel good about running, feel good about yourself. So as a result, I'm going to bring on the one and only Go Rich Mom. I think I got to have queued up here. Just want to preface something. I thought about that song, Money, Money, Money.
Yes, right here, Go Rich Dad.
Yeah, we all get out there and we try to chase money, money, money. But it appears that it's not about how much you make. And I'm referencing the world kids latest day on the news, and everybody knows what happened, and I filed bankruptcy. But it's more so about how much of it you keep. It's the skills you develop as you acquire this money. It's going to make the difference. And in the affirmation, I think, if I recall, it says something about your higher self overruling with ego. I just wanted to throw that out there before you say something. Though it's wrong. I know you're doing stuff like it's home with you.
Yeah, that was just pretty amazing. It's ironic that you preface with worry, and it's buzzing all over the place, and people like, I can't believe, she doesn't have $1,000. I can't believe this athlete or this entertainer. None of those, not because we get caught up with the money situation for today and not thinking that it's going to empty out. It's not the amount of money you make, it's the amount you get to keep. And what we do with it, you can't worship it. And when I see what's been my higher self rules over my ego, and we know the ego is going to edging God out. Sometimes we feel like it's I made it, I did this, I did that, not realizing it's a higher force that really dictates me even waking up and breathing and all of that. And we just need to learn lessons based on situations that happen, like what just happened to our work. And so many times we hear it, all through the years, every time we look around, someone else drops and falls, those athletes who make, millions and millions and millions of dollars, then they go broke. about you, not about what you have. And there's a whole twist, attached to all of that. But this is a great affirmation and great tie-in with what we just seen and read and heard, about Warwick. But Robert Chad, this is really a really great affirmation, because this is an inside type of affirmation. It's on the inside of me, on the inside of you, on the inside of each and every one of us. Once we stay connected and not just get a big head, we won't look down on other people either. There's no little U's and big I's in our books, because I always say, Coach, that be careful how you treat people on your way up, because you just might meet them on your way down. And very appropriate affirmation on this Wealthy Wednesday. Coach, that it was so eloquently read by Billy and Joe, not once, but twice. But if you could just simmer in our spirit back with you.
And thank you for your answer. That's over at lorettadilworth.com. And she just pulls some things together and give you some examples of that ego that we have, and then that high self overrule. But this is yours truly, go to stand out the thing, and we come forth, we open up with an affirmation, and we come forth for 15 minutes. We thought, as we called lessons of today. Yesterday we had Eddie Edwards kind of share with us some things that we were talking about, and I like what his statement was, and it gave me a point of focus in the statement. The topic was brainwashing versus brain training, and we kind of got into the fact that yes, we've all been brainwashed, but few of us have been brain trained, and there's a difference in that training mode as in brainwash is basically you being manipulated by what others want you to do, and you live in someone else's dream and all of these things, and you just brainwash that you gotta have this, you gotta be this, and you take your money and you try to go out and impress people who don't really like you, don't even care about you, what you're driving or what you're wearing. It doesn't matter, they don't care what you're wearing or what you're driving. But we brainwash to believe these things, and as a result we go out and mismanage our lives and mismanage our resources. But in the terms of brain training, if there is a level of, as Napoleon Hill says, think and grow rich is the key here. Before the growing rich, you have to think. So in that brain training format, statement that you have to be able to really start listening to yourself and evaluating your thoughts of what you're doing and why you're doing it. So I want to segue this morning into this thought this morning. The unseen laws of all manifestation has its origin in consciousness. In other words, there are physical laws that we can physically see that's surrounding us, and there's unseen laws that's driving all reality, really. These unseen laws of all, and it has its origin. Manifestation has its origin in these unseen laws. So the question to be answered for you is how do you manifest greatness? How do we grow and achieve the things we wanted to do? We all want the same things. We all drink from that same well of knowledge. That same well of knowledge is only one power, one source, one divine spirit to which everything is connected. And we should understand that we have success beyond our imagination. I mean, what's in your hand, for example, right now, I say 95% of you, 99% of you on a cell phone. But right with that cell phone, just by just Googling, you have the whole basic knowledge of the world for this now and many centuries before. You have available to you. This is right here. And so this is where we have the questions. What are you doing with this unlimited knowledge? What are you becoming? A slave to the illusions of the world that has been put out there? Or are you seeing yourself, are you creating an empire? So you don't want to just focus on that material stuff, that this is your goal. And what we teach you, the question is often asked, which is the foundation of what we teach you folks, is that world that the greatness that you're looking for in that world what we teach you to conceive or get anything in life that you want. You have to first conceive the idea. It starts within your state of consciousness, regardless of your condition and regardless of your resources. You have one main objective, and that is to determine what it is that you want. That's your main objective. Once you determine that, then you have to have the ability. It's a skill that you have to develop. That you begin to focus and concentrate. And like you know, back when they would pay the price, and what we talked about in our extravaganza, that 1 degree that has to be paid, that 1 degree, 212-degree attitude. The price that you have to do, it might take you 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, it could take you a lifetime. Nelson Mandela, it took him 27 years of incarceration. That 1 degree took him 27 years. And he walked out as the president of a country that put him in prison for 27 years. But he stayed the course. He stayed the course. He could have walked out many times and negotiated before that they could be free. No, not until you recognize apartheid in this country and it has to make a change, and he would not move. But those are the level of commitment that you need. Actually, this morning, the lesson I want to get to you, and we will reference this, and there's a series that I have that helped me, taught by Kevin Trudeau, on your wish is your command, and I'm going to offer, and that's about a $300 value, along with a package that we have this morning for everybody who actually saw the Billionaire Mind Intensive. We got it live, start to you desire, the abundance that you desire, all the good that you want, it comes from a very simple right thinking, that harmonious world of creativity that you desire, that you see. It comes from right thinking. And then what is the cause? What is the cause? He says here in the lesson of all discord, inharmony, and lack and limitation. The simple answer is wrong thinking. So you have right thinking for the harmonious and desirable conditions that you want to bring into your life. And then the opposite of that, inharmony, lack and limitation, is wrong thinking. And the question becomes, what is the source of all power? And this is the 10th question in lesson 1 on the Master Key. The source of all power, and this is what we teach, this is our basic foundation, is that world within, that universal foundation of supply, the infinite energy of which each individual is an outlet. In other words, folks, look at yourself as an extension of that which is. I say that which is, that created divine source that controls the entire known and unknown world. We all are attached to it. Look at your eyes and your hand, your fingertips, and your whole body as an extension of source energy. Are you being an extension of source energy? You're connected to source energy. Your consciousness now becomes the builder of all things that you want. And it's the wrong or the right thinking process that will determine what the haves and have-nots of this world. But in between the wrong thinking and the right thinking, there's a whole other level. How big can you think? Using your imagination and your creativity. And who comes to mind right now is Walt Disney, one of my favorite. As you know, I might want to use this as an assignment. Go study his struggle. Before his success, his ideas were stolen from him. The amusement park that he wanted to build from his investors. And then on the way, and his whole attitude now about that, he didn't have a pity party. He just went on and started thinking, what else can we do? Big home from New York, I believe, and his wife was there. I went with him, and he was sketching out some of the ideas of what he can do, where else can he go, and he ended up sketching out Mickey Mouse. His wife called him Mickey Mouse, and as a result, he went on and on to build an empire today. And what's amazing, in Orlando there was swampland, and he had a vision, his imagination. Now, the difference between you and Walt Disney and any other name that we can give, and all of the speakers we have, is only degrees, folks. Degrees of awareness. That's why we talk about that 1 degree, 212 degrees. The only difference is degree. You've got to put yourself to a level of degree of awareness where you're willing to pay the price prior to the manifesting anything. If you can constantly put your arms around the idea of whatever it is, even though you don't see it, then you can move forward to manifest that greatness. That's again a part of what we call brain training. But the topic this morning, unseen laws of all manifestation has its origins in consciousness. That's what you need to understand. That's what you need to know. This is how you can manifest greatness within your life. You have it, you're connected to it, but there's a lot of brainwashing that's taking place. There's a lot of conditioned reality that's going on with you. Society has been taking you on a roller coaster here, but you got to stop right thinking to give you the results that you want. Wrong thinking will give you the opposite of the results that you want. How do you get to the right thinking process? It's very simple. You have to not be brainwashed, but you have to be brain trained. What was wrong?
is your training balance skill, to the final three questions, right thinking or wrong thinking. If you know better, you do better. And a lot of us just didn't know. We didn't know. And that's why we make the mistakes that we do. But I believe once we know, once we've given information, like what you're giving us just within a 10 or 12-minute lesson, this can save us a lot in the future. But we have to take heed, go with that. All the lessons in the world, all the techniques in the world, and if I don't raise my hand and say, that's me, I need to do something about it. I need to start, checking out the people I'm listening to. I need to start realizing, that I'm made for greatness. It means absolutely nothing. But just thank you this morning for speaking to me, and anyone else that was listening, prayerfully they picked up some tips also on just tweaking. And all it does for me, Coach Dad, is to allow me to just tweak some things. A lot of times you don't need your overall. All we need is just a tweaking, and the overall will take place. Thank you again, and back over to you, Coach Dad.
Okay, great. Well, that was a good. I will come back to much. I wanted to say I'm happy to be part of this call this morning, and thank you guys for making me a part of this forum. Glorious Dad, you rock. Glorious Mom, you rock. Everybody rock, and everything is just great. Thanks, okay, we all rock stars. We're rock stars. Yes, that's Go ahead, Eddie. Go ahead. No, I'm saying that is so true. You guys are all rock stars. Okay. You included Eddie. All right, go, respond. There was a couple more people to respond before we go back to that. Shane, just hold on a second. We got an announcement. Couple more people out there?
Yes, I'm here.
Morning. How's everybody doing? Okay, we got a young lady, my brother. Is it okay if she goes first? Okay, go ahead. Let's go, Islam.
My name is Billionaire Mercedes, and thanking you for this call this morning.
Okay, Billionaire Mercedes, thank you. Go, Islam. You want to say something, Billionaire Mercedes?
Yeah, I saw her at the event, and I think Linda Clemens actually were kind of calling you driving. Was that you, Billionaire Mercedes? Yes, I'm Rose Mercedes. I'm the lady that got the $100 bill. $100. I will never forget you. You should have asked that $100. I know who you are.
There's two Mercedes drivers here. Louis Brown got two of them. So we got a Mercedes going here. Okay, so I got a Jaguar, so I got to work on my Mercedes. Who's that gentleman? How you doing? My name is Terrell Daniels. Can you hear me okay? Okay, Mr. Daniels, go. Hey, I was invited on the call by Ms. Clemens, manager yesterday, and I'm actually transportation services here in Atlanta, something at Spelman, and she was like, oh, excuse me, I'm on the call. So I asked her if she wanted to put it on the stereo. I got a chance to listen in yesterday, man. You guys blew me away so much that asked if I could be on the call today, and absolutely. Ms. Clemens, she got me on the call this morning. I got a couple of other people on it. She also wanted me to, well, first of all, thank y'all for everything that you said. And yesterday, stuff, awesome call. I'm a director here in Atlanta at the show that's coming up on Mother's Day weekend. Sure that I told you guys that. So, I just want to say thank you, man.
What does it say? Insufficient funds or something like that?
What show do you have? What show do you have coming up there in Atlanta?
It's a theater production. It's called No More Stress.
Okay, because she doesn't have enough in there. I was afraid she had emptied her account in about 2 or 3 days, but she still has $400 and some in there, but it's probably not enough. I don't know what 500. Yeah. About 700, yeah. Okay, well, she'll be in the bank line and put that in, and I'll call her to confirm it, and maybe I'll call you back.
Okay, lorettadilworth.com. We would definitely promote that. We have quite a few people in Atlanta. May the 11th, he has a show, and this is Pringo Nico. Oh, that's, what's your name, sir? Del Daniels. Del Daniels, I got you mixed up. Okay, sorry, man. Del Daniels. Okay, I got a text from, Linda. She was in the limo on her way to speak. Let's try to call Rose Mom and put the limo down for the, she can text you too?
What I know about Linda, Linda's now becoming a recruiter for the Billionaire Mastermind. And Darrell, you're a blast. I know you've
wow, because it used to be the sound, but Shades, mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check. I am here. Mic check.
Okay, okay. We got a promotion. We got with the basic crew. That link, by the way, Shades, going to be billionaire-intensive.net. Everything is up on billionaire-intensive.net that you're going to talk about. And you can billionaire-intensive.net. Okay, I'll make sure I touch some of it. And you got that. You got billionaire-intensive.net. That's first. Everything has been housed in terms of the link. And as you know, Shade, they got something going. Shade and Trevor and the crew is in Arizona. They're literally at a seminar. They paid $2,000 for 3 days to learn. That's the power of these guys. They guys spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn. So we're going to offer you something this morning that regarding the go ahead, Shay, you got it. Shay,
yeah, I am here. It's a great day. I'm certainly here in calling in from Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm in actually the room with Trevor and Keisha right now. I'm listening on the call, and I'll tell you what, I've got $2,000 of information just listening this morning, focusing on the mindset. But go with that. I think we take a minute or two and kind of share a little bit about what's going on with the video. Is that what you were showing me?
Yeah, about what is available. They can download, they can purchase a package that we put together for them so they can understand it's not just hearing something once, but they want to have it in their library and have it available.
One of the main benefits of the Billionaire Mastermind Forum is you probably heard this before. Hear something one time, that's great. Hear 2, 3, or 4 times, it becomes second knowledge. So one of the benefits is video from that day, the entire event in its entirety was recorded in HD, recorded while live streaming. Whoever that has agreed to make that video available. Now we only have a limited number at the early bird. I don't think you get the list, but we actually the early bird rate where they will have access to it online. So as long as you have the internet, you can play it on your cell phone, your mobile device, your tablet, your iPad, your TV, and there's a lifetime membership. Now what will it be? It will be in a membership portal, the Billionaire membership portal where the training material will be. And it is, well, there's 2 things I think over there. One, the video, and second, we'll also make the audio available. So some of you want to watch it, others want to listen to it while you're cruising in after this call. So let's just ask a little bit about what's going on. I know I can't wait. I want to go back and hear all the speakers that day and just some of the interviews that were going on that day as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The price, they get all that for $97. I mean, the value of it is thousands and millions of dollars. If you go to Billionaire Mind Intensive, that the link is up. You'll see the promotion there. You click on it, you pay your $97, and then you will get the access and the code. And there's another bonus there that is not on there, but you also will get your wishes. You'll come in, which is a 13-hour CD recorded in addition to that. So, there's a lot of information out there in the world, but what we provide you with is not only just the information, not just the DVD, but we will be constantly coaching you on a day-to-day basis as we do in the morning to make this information activate. And you can have the information, but you don't activate this information. But we're going to make sure that you activate it. It's now 8:53. You guys are up 5 o'clock in the morning for real? You got to be up, Shay. You're talking on the phone. Jay, that's the...
I couldn't hear that last piece. You said last piece. You gave over that. You broke up on my phone. Sorry, I had to move back to the room.
I said you guys are up 5 o'clock in the morning. You haven't been. You're talking live on the phone in Arizona.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Actually, we were up at 3:30 this morning. We'll be hitting over it just like your event, the Human Fun event that we're going to at the West Coast. Starts this morning at 7 a.m. So we're on our way over there. But I tell you what, I can't wait to connect to the Billionaire Mastermind Forum. We witnessed this all the way in the world. So it is awesome. Everyone on there, I'm going to suggest you go out to the Billionaire Mastermind Intensive.net right now and get your copy. Why do you want it? 1, because you want the material. 2, some of you, this is train the trainer content. You can take the material you learn and duplicate it in your business with others. And other than
testimony.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Dr. Development, go right there.
Go, Dr. Go.
Good morning. I just wanted to say that on the day of the event, I woke up at maybe about 5 o'clock. I didn't go to sleep. Didn't really go to sleep at all, technically. The reason why I didn't is because after the event, after everything was over, I had just extra learning took place. I was just, being that Brown and 6 in the morning and other people who were just outside of the lobby just masterminding, just, doing more mental work. And that was, everything was over the power of the event, basically. I never in my life had I ever been lucky. And then I was really straight for anything. And still have the same energy as when I woke up. And that's my personal testimony. I would have been really done for me. I was able to get a lot of things organized and situated. I was pacing back and forth. I remember what he doing, but I had to write stuff down, write the action stuff that I needed to take after coming to the beat. He didn't want to take any action, but what effect that would have. So with that said, I'll turn it back over to you, go with that. That's my testimony. If you go do it, they'll have it. If you want to do it, we'll have it.
And tell people how old you are, Dr. Development.
I'm 29 years old.
29 years old, Dr. Development. Okay, Rich 430. Go. You think we have another one out there, go respond? Ladies, go.
Yes. What I enjoyed about the intensive was that I got clarity. I've been sitting on the fence with something that I was supposed to do, and people have been telling me, you need to speak. You have a story to tell. And by attending the event, I became clear with myself. So I said, it's time now to go out and speak. So I'll be speaking to the pastor at a local church to help in New York acquire their dreams or find their dreams if they don't know what it is. That was what I got out of the event.
Okay, let's say there's a time of clarity on her passion. Let me go one more, then bring up and take a second. One more.
With a poor man mindset that wanted to make money. I left there with a billionaire mindset and a network of people that's going to help me achieve my goals. And that's what I got from the forum.
This is another Roosevelt. Roosevelt, what's your last name?
This is the same Roosevelt.
Oh, the same Roosevelt. You want to sound different. Okay. Well, Roosevelt, your income bracket is a 6-figure income bracket was there from the top 1%. You're happy that that's gone now, and now you're looking to get in the 7 income bracket, and you're very happy. So you went there with a poor mindset, and then came out with a network of a rich mind. Okay, let's get ready to get out of here. My dashboard is gone.
Today, meditate and pray.
Okay, thank you, Free to be Rich. That's Free to be Rich Flower. Free to be
This
Rich.
is Emma's book title. Who would have thought? George Fraser and Emma Fraser Pendleton. That's a great book. And what I got out was seeing those faces, but not only that, every guest we have had pretty much, including the great Melanie Bonita, who says she will show us and lead us by the hand to our bestseller on Amazon so that we can then put that on the title of our book was there with their hand out offering and pulling us and taking us by the hand to say, come join us. And that was the most exciting part to me, that whether it's George Fraser, Melanie Bonita, or Shay and Trevor and Keisha, they're saying, come into the 21st century. We're leading the way. Let's go. We stood on shoulders, stand on our shoulders. And the Billionaire Mastermind Forum. That's what's so great.
Okay, let's ask. Yes, sir.
I really enjoyed bringing in my intensive that is that our gifts are, we're supposed to give that to the world. Our dream is already in us. All Atlanta, I believe. I believe she has. She's actually winning the next event. So we will be posting information on that. But it was just a wonderful, wonderful event, and truly the families coming together, the like minds coming together, and lifting everyone up to their greatness. Just a beautiful, beautiful experience. And we're going to continue and grow, continue to bring people in, because the world is waiting for all of us to have changes. That's what it says.
Okay. July is not put in stone yet. We're talking about, but that's what's on the table right now. We'll probably have that concluded before the week is out, after we kind of talk to everybody and see what fits into their schedule. The host and co-host. All right, guys, we're out of here. Appreciate you. Love you. My music went down on me. I'm going to open up the mic now for you guys to just say a shout out and say goodbye.
Hey guys, glad to have you here this morning. From Loretta, welcome.
Oh man, I hung up. Why did I do that? Sorry, John. I mean, Ron.